Well,
All
hi,
right.
ASEAN. This is EURAXESS. My name is Susanne, and we're joined today for our Meet the Researcher interview with a very exciting young man. His name is Don. And Don, where are you joining us from today?
Hello there, Suzanne. So currently now I'm in Mersing, Johor, right? It's basically where I'm based right now and working. So I'm currently working in this NGO called Reef Check that's working on marine conservation and basically environmental related conservation. But the current project that I'm working is the sustainable tourism in regards to some of the Johor Islands and coastal areas. So thank you again for inviting me to have this meet up with you and basically sharing my experience for Famelab.
Yes, exactly. That's the key word. So I've just seen you on YouTube, and I'm sure many of our viewers today have too, because you were the winner of Famelab Malaysia, and you just competed in the final. So what's Famelab all about?
So basically the first time when I heard about Famelab, sort of the first thing that crosses my mind is fame itself, right? But as I submerge myself into the whole program, I realized that it's more than that. It's basically communicating your science, or you can say your truth or your finding or your research. And well, just in time, during that time, I was already doing my research, master's research in oceanography and mangrove itself. So it was an opportunity for me to make sure that my science and discovery is not, it does not just end up in a thesis publication or journal publication. It is something that I can share to the public, and not just among Malaysian, but also um, throughout the world, right? Basically. So that's, and also I've always been interested in public speaking. So Famelab is an opportunity for me to express myself and share my research and science, basically. So yeah, that's what basically Famelab is all about: is sharing your science through self-expression, through creativity, and making it relevant to the public.
Now, this is especially, of course, with the COVID situation. So I guess FameLab must have been very different. How did you participate? How did you deal with the new challenges of everything being virtual all of a sudden?
Well, I was actually pretty lucky, I would say, because we managed to do the Malaysian national final via still live presentation and also combined with virtual. So we have like all the participant managed to present via face to face with the judges and also some other audience, but which will also add at the same time through via YouTube. So it wasn't much. I wouldn't say it's difficult because some of the guideline, even British Council, Malaysia, they came up with really good guidelines on how to adapt and how to set up certain technicals requirement. And even the Shuttleholm team and British Council team, some of the team during the finals for the World Fame Lab, they came up with really good guidelines that everyone could follow. So it wasn't really that difficult, I would say.
Excellent. And you already mentioned your topic is mangroves. What exactly is this? We might have some viewers that have never heard of this before. So what is this, and what gets you so excited about this?
So I've been studying marine environment for the past 8 years. It was only during my master's that I actually studied specifically on mangrove. Well, as compared to other ecosystem, we love the beach, right? We love the smell or the feeling of walking on sandy beach, and we love the coral reef, the colors and ocean. But when it comes to mangrove, it is a total opposite experience. It does not necessarily pleasant. You have to get yourself knee deep into mud, and some of the time you have to spend hours taking sample in an environment that is not, how to say, accessible. It's not welcoming. So when studying it makes me want to share another angle of mangrove, right? Where people have to see beyond the beauty of what we see nature is. So, but when it comes to my research, I studied mostly on the dispersal of mangrove. So, to see how far can a mangrove seed disperse from their parent tree. It helps to complement conservation project that does a lot of mangrove plantation. So when we know that how far does a propagule disperse from the parent tree naturally, then probably conservation project could focus on planting area where natural dispersal could not reach. So, but then the presentation I form in such a way that we see that mangrove is not something foreign, and it's also a beauty that cannot be seen the way we see beauty on what is accessible, what is pleasant or not. So I try to combine those elements into my presentation, even during the Malaysian finals and international finals as well.
And how important are mangroves to you as a Malaysian, as you know, kind of your heritage, your what makes Malaysia very special?
Well, I think it's not just Malaysia, but also the rest of the countries, especially an interesting story would be the 2001 Indian Ocean tsunami, right? We see a lot of coastal countries or coastal communities were saved because of the mangrove, the presence of mangrove forests along their coast. So it helps in terms of saving life and protects homes from being destroyed during a strong wave or natural disasters. That's one. But also a lot of our human population kind of have settled resident, I would say 10 kilometers to 10 kilometers away from the coast. So, and especially in developing countries like us, a lot of our coastal community relies on this ecosystem for their livelihood, culture, as well as resources for economy. We have seen a lot of fishing activities being carried on mangrove or coastal wetland areas. So it is more just than the science itself. It just shows how the community relies on this ecosystem that is slowly degrading throughout the years because of development, global warming, and I mean like climate change especially.
Yeah, so climate change, of course, is something that is not only a problem for Malaysia and Southeast Asia, but for the world in general, of course. You're also the EURAXESS Prize winner, and that is an opportunity for you to join forces with researchers in Europe that may be working on the same issue. Now, do you already have some plans what you're going to do with your EURAXESS Prize?
Well, actually, there's a lot of plans, but I don't know how it's going to work out, especially with the traveling restriction. But interestingly, I already have one of my supervisor actually during my master's is from Belgium. So I did thought of, hey, probably I could give a visit to him in Brussels. So that was one of the plan actually. So but also I'm really if there's still restriction, but I still look forward to have to attend certain workshops and get in touch with and collaborate hopefully via virtually with some of the research that could actually help me out with kind of the work that I'm working on right now in terms of marine conservation, sustainability. That'd be interesting.
Thank you. That sounds excellent. Now, before we let you go, maybe just a little question, you know, what inspires you as a researcher and where do you think you'll be in 10 years today?
10 years from today, well, I hope I could contribute a lot more, I would say. Right. So where what I do can go beyond just talking about it, but actually working on it. So, and also that's in terms of career prospect. I would love to be part of a team, continue being part. I'm ready being part of a team, working team. So I would love to be part of a working team that could basically empower youth, especially when it comes to science, communicating science, and being part of certain development where science is is the main pillars that that helps to make these certain decision makings. But 10 years from now, I hope that I could bring certain changes, especially in terms of to environmental sustainability, conservation. I have a lot of hopes, obviously, in 10 years in the future.
Well, thank you so much, Don. And of course, science communication is a fabulous tool to get people to support you in the dreams and the plans that you have. Well, that is all for us today from EURAXESS ASEAN. That was Meet the Researcher, and we were joined today by Don, the Famelab Malaysia winner from Malaysia. So thank you so much, Don, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.